Dishes go from grease to shine in half the time with Joy. Joy, the wonderful new lotion soft liquid detergent. In Joy, you get a special grease-cutting ingredient that no soap, no powdered detergent, no dishwashing product of any other kind can give you. You never, in all your dishwashing life, saw grease cutting to beat this. And your hands feel so good in Joy's lotion soft suds. Look, no specks or soap scum, and you save all that wiping time. Yes, dishes go from grease to shine in half the time with Joy. Because there's so much grease-cutting power in Joy, you'll find one bottle washes almost as many dishes as 2 large boxes of soap powders. That's economy your eye can measure. So do your dishes with Joy.
Yes, Joy. Joy in a bottle. Beats anything in a box.
Look who's right here. Well, all of these right here in the crib together. So many dolls. Goodness me. Are you comfortable in there? Are you? Well, I have a book with some poems. Oh, some of my favorite poems. And I want you to hear them. Do you remember when you sent a picture of a turtle? A big turtle? Oh, and you made one out of clay, too. Do you remember that? And I said we had a poem about a turtle, and that someday I would find it. Remember that? Oh, this is a wonderful poem. It was written by Rachel Lindsay, and it is such fun. Maybe you know it. If you know it, maybe you can say it with me. And it's called The Little Turtle. It's about a little turtle. There once was a little turtle. He lived in a box. He swam in a puddle, and he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a minnow. And he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the minnow. But he didn't catch me. Isn't that fun? Oh, I like that. Did you think that mosquito was going to catch you? Did you really? No, when you know Rachel Lindsay wrote another one. And this one is about the moon. The moon. Yes. Oh, and it has such an interesting title. The moon, the north wind's cookie. The moon, the north wind's cookie. Isn't that a funny one? You know what it means? Well, you remember we talked about crescents and a new moon with a tiny crescent? You remember that? Well, and then you got a full moon. All right, well, now you watch. You listen. The moon's the north wind's cookie. He bites it day by day until there's but a rim of scraps that crumble all away. The south wind is a baker. He kneads clouds in his den and bakes a crisp new moon that greedy north wind eats again. That's an interesting one, too, isn't it? Very interesting. We have one more. Oh, this one is lots and lots and lots of fun. Guess what the name of this one is? Oh, it's about something that you see all the time. It's called My Shadow. Did you ever see your own shadow? What does it look like? Sometimes is it short and fat? Sometimes is it tall and thin? Oh, this is about my shadow. Listen. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. And what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to my head. And I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller, like an India rubber ball. And he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Nursey as that shadow sticks to me. One morning very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. Oh, shadows are lots of fun, aren't they? Yes, they are. Just lots and lots and lots of fun. Sure. You can play with your shadow. You can wave at your shadow. You can do all kinds of things with your shadow. Where have you ever seen yours? On the sidewalk? On the wall? Have you? On the garage door? Did you like that? Did you like that story about a shadow? Did you? You liked all three of those poems? Oh, I think you know some of them. We'll have to say them again, won't we? Again and again, and then we'll all learn them.
It's a new thing. It's a fun thing. It's a swing wing.
It's a what?
It's a swing wing. It's a wing wing. A brand new transgram fun thing.
It's a what?
It's a swing wing. A fun thing. And now at your favorite store thing.
It's a what?
It's a swing wing. A fun thing. And everybody's gotta have one thing. It's a swing wing. A wing thing. A brand new transgram fun thing. It's a swing wing. A new thing. It's a swing wing.
Get Swing Wing, made by Transagram, where the fun comes from. It's a swing wing.
It's a what?
Let's do it now. Let's go to the scoreboard, and away we go. Let's move our chairs together. This is going to test the keenness of your sense of sight, and it's going to be worth $5. And Peggy, who sent this first round to us?
Alice Finley of the Bronx.
Well, Alice, our thanks, and $10 from Coke in the Bottle for your series of 5 tests. This is going to test the keenness of your sense of sight, folks, and it's worth $5. Boy, that was a close call. Well, you know, most people would send a calling card to announce their arrival, and in this particular case, the gentleman who sent that calling card is none other but that favorite man about balloons, Bobby Rollins. Let's welcome him on. Okay, Bob. Well, what do you have in mind for us today?
Well, Swan?
All right.
You know what, Bob?
All right, I'll hold that for you.
Make it even. All the way down. Take this from here.
Something pretty. Well, what is it?
Well, I get it all together now. Watch it. Just keep on twisting the clock. That's what you have to do. You're going to like this one. Swan? Huh?
Wonderful.
Love it? You got a name? Oh, you wears that hat like that. Yeah. All right, Bob.
That's for a fit for you, Lynn. There we are.
Here you are, Bob.
Okay. I feel as if I'm a partner, you know? Oh, it's leaking.
We'll cue that one. Here you are. Make a shoot from this one. We'll take one now all the way down here. Watch this one, Bob.
Joy is saying that it's going to be Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
That's
right?
That's right. Well, the eggs. All right, this is going to be cute. Just turn around, bend that. There you are.
It is Rudolph! I tell you what, Joe, would you care for this? I'll put this aside for you and you can have it to take home with you after the program, okay? All right, now this is going to test the keenness of your sense of sight, and it's going to be worth $5. Now think very carefully. Can you tell me, and maybe I'll remove this from your head right now, Len, so you can think more clearly. Can you tell me the total number of balloons which Bobby released before he came out here on stage, and including the ones when he was standing right along here? In other words, before he started making the animals, how many balloons did he release in front of me and towards the audience also?
7.
I agree.
He agrees, he should, because they're both right, and that's $5 apiece for both of them.
Vanish, the new disinfectant bathroom bowl cleaner. Another work-saving product from Dracket.
Scouring powder, disinfectant, bleach, deodorizer. Today I get to clean the bathroom bowl.
Stuck with the nastiest job in the house? Make it vanish.
Vanish?
Total Action Vanish. Try it. See, Total Action Vanish lifts off water stains, disinfects, bleaches, even leaves a clean, fresh fragrance. You just brush and flush. Next time you're stuck with the nastiest job in the house, make it vanish.
Folks, I suggest those of you who want a shaper pen for Christmas, go out now. And if you don't get a shaper pen for Christmas, write to Santa Claus asking for a shaper pen for Christmas.
It's a Schaefer PFM, the pen for men by Schaefer, the newest gift you can give a man. And man, how men go for it. Why, just one look tells you Schaefer's PFM has what it takes to be any man's lifetime friend. It's bold, neat, handsome, rugged. That's PFM. It's got some heft to it, and it fits a man's grip because it was made for him. And here at last is a pen that writes the way a man's pen should, with the world's only inlaid point. This one's 14 karat solid gold. Go ahead, bear down on it if you like. The point for men is really rugged. And because men prefer it, the PFM fills Schaefer's exclusive snorkel penway that loads up the massive capacity barrel slick as a whistle. Yes, sir, from PFM's loss-proof clip to the way it rides free and easy in a man's pocket, it's every inch a man's pen. Schaefer's pen for men. You've seen it in your favorite magazines and newspapers. Tomorrow, see and try it at your favorite store. Pen for men prices start at $10. The set with matching pencil for men in this handsome presentation box from just $14.95. Schaefer's PFM. It's the newest, most exciting gift you can give a man.
Selling a potato stretcher.
A potato stretcher?
That's right.
What's that, for people who like tall potatoes or
John,
what?
I just happen to have one right here in my pocket. You know, a pitchman's always prepared. You wouldn't have a potato by any chance, would you?
We have a couple of potatoes left out from a cookout they had on the Dick Clark show a couple of weeks ago. Cindy, would you bring a potato up? You fascinate me when you do these pictures, you fellas. I thought maybe you might get a kick out of seeing this.
That's a real nice potato, isn't it, John?
Yes, it certainly is.
Let me just...
Oh, this one here, yes.
Here's the way
How would
you
you do
use
your
this
pitch now? Okay.
Well, you see, the number one thing is you're always taking your peel your vegetable. Now, this is for a woman that likes to be a little bit of a fancy cook. Now, what you do is you take and you peel the vegetable all the way around. See, once you get your vegetable peeled, you take that little screw and you put it right in the center of the vegetable and you start to wind it in. Now, when the little screw starts to take hold, you're all ready.
Yeah.
You hold it in an upright position, now you start to wind it. See, you can do this with a potato, a carrot, a beetle radish, a cucumber, a turnip, a pineapple, a rutabaga, anything with a hard center. As a matter of fact, you women out there can cut a bushel of onions and never shed a tear. Now, you see, that comes apart like a little spring. Now, people say it's nice, but what do you do with that? Well, here, you use it as a garnish. You lay that along a roast. You let it baste in brown and gravy, or you take both ends, bring it together. This way, you deep fat fry it, it comes out golden brown. As a matter of fact, it's getting brown already. You can see how fast it cooks. Some night you have a lot of company. You only got one potato. You stretch it out. The more company you have, the further out you stretch it. See? If they eat it fine, if they don't, push it back and eat it yourself. You'd have to start it over now if you were to do it, see? Now you take it out and you start from the other end.
I have to... Do we have time for me to do this?
Just start it right from the other end. That's
Put
it.
it in.
Just wind it in. Give it a chance to get threaded. That's right. Now just hold it up straight and just wind it around.
Like that, huh?
That's the boy. Round and around you go. That's the
Yeah, come on. Hey, but I did it. Look at that, huh? For my first selection. Hey, that's wonderful. Hey, that's great. Tell you what, I have to do a little pitching right now myself. I don't think I can pitch quite as well as you can. Tell me, I'm going to talk about Jell-O instant pudding. Suppose that they ask you to do a pitch for Jell-O instant puddings. You were going to do the commercial on television. How would you do it? Could you give us a short idea?
Jell-O instant pudding?
Yeah.
Well, I got one that might fit in there.
Okay, how would it go?
Friends, let me ask you a question. Every time the children in your neighborhood play hide and go seek, is your child always the first one caught? Is he the best checker player, but without a doubt the worst baseball player in the neighborhood? Is he the kind of a fellow that's a water boy on a football team instead of the quarterback? If so, there's definitely something wrong. Stop and think for 1 minute. Why'd you give that boy for dessert? What? There's your answer. Why not give him what thousands of boys reading all over America and enjoying? Pudding. Why'd you say it's too hard to make, it takes too long? Well, 30 years ago, this might have been a problem. Now, I remember my grandmother, she used to walk 2 miles to get a piece of chocolate. And if it was a hot day on the way home, it was half melted, so was she. Then she'd go home and take a grater, and she'd start to do something like this. By the time she got down to the bottom of it, you'd have fingernails, knuckles, nail polish, everything in the pudding. Take you about an hour to eat a spoonful. Well, here today, thanks to Jell-O instant pudding, all you do is open up a box, add a little cold milk, and you beat. And in about 1 minute, you got the finest, tastiest, temptiest, highest feeling dessert you've ever tasted in all your life. Do it.
John, I hate to follow you. Huh? A hard fit to follow. But seriously, relax for 1 minute. We'll play the game. But right now, I would like you gals to take a look at something right over here. Because this is the first time that you're going to see a really delicious, genuine ice cream pie that needs no freezing. It's firm textured, cuts perfectly every time, keeps in the refrigerator, and you can make it tonight with Jell-O instant pudding. It's just as easy as this. All you need is 1 cup of milk, 1 pint of any flavor ice cream, and of course, 1 package of any flavor Jell-O instant pudding. Now you soften the ice cream with the milk like we've already done here. This happens to be chocolate ice cream, but of course you can use any flavor that you go for. And then you simply add 1 package of Jell-O instant pudding, any one of the 7 flavors that you like. Then you simply blend well and immediately pour into a pie shell or a graham cracker crust. You chill for about 1 hour in your refrigerator. Why don't you try it today? It's that simple. Sensational ice cream pie. Made in minutes with the fabulous magic of Jell-O instant pudding. It has no knuckles. And it has no knuckles in it. John, we're going to talk about first names of famous people. You want to trust yourself or trust Adele on this one?
I think I'll trust myself on this one.
Okay, McKinley, a United States president. What was his first name? McKinley.
William
McKinley, right. Okay, composers, famous composers.
Music?
Yeah.
You want to take a shot?
I'm trying.
Rhapsody in Blue and Porgy and Bess are major works of this American composer. Name him. Rhapsody in Blue and Porgy and Bess.
And George Gershwin.
George Gershwin. What are you looking at him for? I always like his little sides. George Gershwin? How about famous rivers? Famous rivers worth $75.
I think I'll trust myself, John.
One of the principal rivers of Europe forms the border between Switzerland and Germany. Name it.
Switzerland and Germany.
Forms the border between Switzerland and Germany.
Oh, my goodness. Switzerland and Germany.
Hurry up.
I have to ask for a guess here or an answer. Time is up.
I was going to say that. No, I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Rhine River.
Rhine.
I knew you knew it and couldn't think of it. Look, you did fine anyway. John, thanks for that demonstration.
Quite welcome.
A lot of fun happening. Thank you, Bill.
How did they get in these crazy positions? Playing Funny Bones, the game for people who love to laugh. Okay, back where you started.
The shin bone connected to the knee bone. The ear bone connected to the shoulder bone. The hip bone connected to the hand bone. The head bone connected to the head bone.
When you pick up a Funny Bone card, well, you'll just have to get Funny Bones, the game for people who love to laugh, by the makers of Monopoly. Funny Bones is a Parker game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look closely. I have right up the table 3 empty cups. The first cup is empty. Second one also nothing in. 1, 2, 3. I also have little large chickens with me, but I'm not close to them. I take very good care of them. Now the little small chicken, I have it right up the table. Little small chicken and 9. Now 1 chicken, exactly 2. I really take very good care of them. Don't run away, just a second. That's all. That egg also quickly go. No chicken, no egg. Now the chicken come back again once more. I have it right here, side there. This is a special saloon for the little chicken. Now I have to give the chicken something to eat before I start. Also quickly I get 3 corks. 1 cork, 2, 3. That cup empty, the other one nothing in. The chicken is still remaining here. Now I take this cork, I place it quickly, put in my left hand, and now I give the chicken to eat the cork. He's eat it. Come back, 1 second. Now, 1 empty cup, 2, 3. Absolutely 3 empty cup. I take this cork again, I put in my left hand, that cup empty, the other one nothing in, the cork go underneath the cup, 1, 2, 3. Another cork is 2, the 2 cork go together inside here, 1 exactly 2, and another cork is 3 cork, the 3 cork together inside here, 1, 2, 3 exactly. Now I put 1 cork inside here, 1 over here, and 1 right there. I take this cork and I place it in my left hand. 1 more is 2, another cork is 3. Now the 3 cork go. Come back. 1 over here. I take it in my bucket. Another cork there. 1 more inside here. Come back again. 1 here, 1 here. Now right quickly, this time I take this cork, I put it up here, and that cork also I put it up there. Take also that cork away. Now I have the little chicken once more right here. Now, little chicken, quickly, lie 1 egg, and you need the cup. Chicken, lie egg inside here. The egg is there. Go, quick, chicken, and it's there. Go here. There's another chicken inside here, and 1 more little chicken inside over here, and another egg inside there. Now they have 3 more chicken, will be exactly 3 more. 1 more again here, another 1 inside here, and 1 more inside there. Now it's going to be 5 chicken. That's the black one. Oh. Now 6 chicken will be all together 6 up the table, and another 1 here again. Now it will be exactly 7 little chickens, and 1 more here. Now I get 2 chicken here, and 2 chicken here, and 2 chicken there, and another 1 here. That's it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to let you know something, that every show that I do, those baby chicks, I give them to the SPCA. Believe me, there's no cruelty of it at all. Otherwise, I will not be permitted to work with them. Thank you. I take them all away. Special saloon for the chickens. Come all sleep, all home, warm, comfortable.
You know, with the help of a ruler and some ordinary household towels, I'm going to give you a simple demonstration right now. Just look at this, will you? The same number of towels in each of these stacks, and yet this stack is a full 3 inches high. Now, the reason, of course, is that the nice, fluffy towels have been rinsed with Stay Puft Laundry Rinse. Stay Puft does away forever with the coarseness and scratchiness caused by too many washings. Just add Stay Puft to your last rinse water, and you can see and feel the difference as soon as your laundry dries. Terries like this fluff up to new life, and so do chenille. Woolen sweaters feel very much like cashmere, and even wash-hardened corduroy comes out velvety soft. And best of all, many pieces dry so wrinkle-free they don't even require ironing. Try Stay Puft Rinse yourself and see what I mean. Now get either the handy full quart bottle like this or the economical half-gallon size. Remember, Stay Puft is guaranteed to get your washables softer, fluffier, and more wrinkle-free or your money back. Think Stay Puft Laundry Rinse.
You want to ensure Amy's education without hurting us. Then send her to a private school.
What?
You say you care about me, then prove it. You could be protecting Amy's education without antagonizing Alan's best customer. And he can still withdraw his letter of resignation.
Susan, you're oversimplifying.
All right, if
something
you don't
that-
want to pay for it, we will. With the commissions Alan could make from Frank Bennett alone, we could afford it.
You mean you're willing to pay Amy's tuition in a private school?
Certainly, gladly. If this will end the fighting with Frank Bennett, we will do it gladly.
Saturday night, the glamorous Patrice Munsell joins Perry Como in a duet of In the Cool, Cool, Cool of the Evening. Vaughn Monroe will try to get Perry racing with the moon. And Jack Carter will exhibit his gift of the gag on the Perry Como Show in color. Then on a special musical extravaganza, 5 Stars for Springtime, Patti Page sings her latest record, Cape Cod. Nat King Cole does his nightclub act direct from the Chez Paris in Chicago. June Valley and Andy Williams join Patti and special guest star Gordon MacRae in a medley of songs from the 30s. Songs like Blue Moon, As Time Goes By, Let's Fall in Love. And then on the George Goebel Show, George and his guest Jack Carson recall their college days when Jack was big man on the campus and George was assistant manager of the chess team. Perry Como Show, 5 Stars for Springtime, and George Goebel, all Saturday night over most of these NBC stations.
Oh, Pen, I don't want all that publicity any more than the Stewarts do. I am just as concerned about my son as they are. That's why I've got to find myself a good attorney, someone who'll see to it that there won't be any publicity, or if there is, that there'll be so little that it won't amount to anything. And what if you can't find such an attorney? Oh, I will. I don't know who, but I'm going to find someone. I have a child, and I want my child. It's as simple as that, Pen. And it's as complex as the fact that you gave that child out for adoption. 2 people adopted that child 4.5 years ago. They consider him their son, and he considers them his parents. Now, it's not simple. Don't start lecturing, please, Pen. I won't. Nothing anyone is going to say to me is going to make me change my mind. I am Donnie's mother, and I want him. All right, one thing I can't understand that I keep thinking about. Why did Mr. Drew decide not to take my case?